Welcome to Preparing to Teach the Revised North Carolina State Standards. My name is Sonia Gregory.
And my name is Susan Copeland. We are the CMS Elementary Math Specialists. We have several goals for this course. The first goal is to get oriented with the revised K-5 math content standards.
Then we will take a deeper dive into math concepts from your grade level that experienced a revision. The last goal of this course is to consider what these changes mean for classroom instruction.
First, we will take a closer look at general changes made across grade levels. One change that you will notice for all standards is the addition of NC to the beginning of the standard name. You will also notice that multiple parts of some standards were separated by bullets. This revision emphasizes the importance of each part and brings more clarity to the standards.
In some situations, standards have been separated into more than one standard to increase emphasis and clarity of the standards. The new NCK CC4 now addresses only three concepts: one-to-one correspondence, cardinality, and perceptual subitizing. Here you see that perceptual subitizing has been explicitly named and defined. Perceptual subitizing is instantly recognizing groups without counting. Many children can subitize up to 5 or 6 things without counting the set or unit by visually recognizing a pattern. This includes dots on dot arrangements and 10 frames, pips on dice, studs on Lego bricks, tallies and tally marks, and fingers on hands. Sets in perceptual subitizing situations become subsets while conceptually subitizing. This new standard, NCK OA6, expects students to use what they know in order to find the total amount in a set or identify its parts. Essentially, students are composing and decomposing larger sets.
In some cases, the expectation of a standard is more clearly defined. An example of a specified expectation exists in 5th grade. Previously, students added and subtracted fractions with unlike denominators with no specific limitations. Now 5th graders add and subtract related fractions only. This means that the denominator of one of the fractions is a multiple of the other fraction, so only one of the fractions needs to be changed to an equivalent fraction to add or subtract. For example, students are expected to add halves, fourths, and eighths together, thirds, sixths, and twelfths together, or fifths, tenths, and hundredths together. But students would not be asked to add or subtract fourths, fifths, and thirds together.
Some standards were combined due to their interconnectedness and because one reinforces the other. An example can be found in 2nd grade. Standard 2G2, partitioning rectangles into rows and columns of same-size squares and counting to find the total number of squares, was integrated into NC2 OA4 to support finding the total number of objects arranged in rectangular arrays with up to 5 columns and 5 rows. You'll notice in the revised standards that some examples were removed and will be placed in the instructional support documents.
Footnotes have been removed and included directly in the standard. NC 3NBT2 removed the footnote about the range of algorithms and described several ways to add and subtract fluently directly in the standard. The new standards use less technical math language to make the standards easier to read and understand. For example, in this standard, instead of reading understand a fraction a over b as a multiple of 1 over b, the new standard says model and explain how fractions can be represented by multiplying a whole number by a unit fraction.
In some grade levels, new standards were added. For example, identification of quarters, dimes, and nickels, and their relationship to the value of a penny has been added to the first grade standards. While some standards were added, some standards were completely removed. For example, second graders are no longer required to create line plots.
Support documents from several sources will be available to assist you as you transition to the new North Carolina standards. NCDPI Wiki houses the revised North Carolina standards and the North Carolina unpacking documents. The NC2ML instructional frameworks provide a set of grade level standards organized into clusters of connected mathematical concepts and a suggested sequence and approximate time frame for each cluster. Important considerations about how mathematics concepts connect and the progression of students' thinking have been included.
The new Tools for Teachers site provides many of the materials formerly found on the DPI site. Lessons, assessment tasks, scoring rubrics, parent letters, and professional development videos will be located at this site. And of course, CMS support documents will be updated and housed in the CMS Elementary Math Rocks Canvas course. Both the Tools for Teachers and Math Rocks courses will be updated with new support materials in June, July, and August. The Tools for Teachers site will be ready for access by August 1st. Quarter 1 curriculum guides and assessments will be posted by topic and by standard in the Math Rocks Canvas course by June 30th.
Now we are going to take a closer look at changes in your grade level. NCDPI has highlighted major changes to your grade level content standards as shown in the table. Major changes in 4th grade are as follows. Finding factors is now limited to within 50. The range of numbers for place value and the operations of addition and subtraction is limited to 100,000. Customary measurement is removed and students only focus on metric measurement. Finding area of rectilinear figures has been moved to 4th grade. Fractional values on a line plot have been removed, and there is a focus on categorical and numeric data involving whole numbers on bar graphs and line plots. The next several slides will dig a little deeper into your standards and reveal additional revisions. Click Next to analyze the old Common Core State Standards and item on the left and the new North Carolina Standard Course of Study standard and item on the right. Afterwards, add to a group discussion about the new standards and items. You will repeat this process several times for different sets of standards.